Hey, this is Sebastian for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and I'm joined by
Ricky Mark stuff, but Now or Never.
It's awesome to be chatting to you tonight. The new Now or Never album is amazing. Can you give me your thoughts on the album, and are there any songs that you're especially proud of?
Well, what can I say? I mean, I wrote them all, so I'm proud of all of them, but it's true that some of them, it all depends the mood you are in. Some of them are more heavy, and some others are more, I would say, ballads or in between. You know, proud of the work. Been done the same year, so there's some kind of continuity in it. And I mean, I'm really happy that even before that the album is out, that people are already enjoying it, or some part of it, or some. And it's really cool.
The opening has a line from Cape Fear. Why that particular film?
Well, there was no reason behind it. I mean, the lyrics of this song is, the song is called "The Voice Inside," and it's talking about schizophrenia and things like this. And I was then thinking of what kind of intro we could do, and so we did this kind of weird, not weird, but a bit weird intro. And I wanted to have some voices on, and just not the voices in your head or what you can find, around on YouTube or whatever. And then, I was thinking at the beginning either to put voices on The Voice Inside or King of a Day. So King of a Day was pretty straightforward. It's a good movie with Sean Connery that's called, King, the man who wanted to be king. And then, I just went on this 10 most schizophrenia website, whatever, and I heard that Cape Fear, and then I remembered the movie, and I said, this guy is totally not, so, and, his voice is just unbelievable, so that's the reason why, but it was not planned from the beginning.
I'll Be Waiting is the first single from the album. What's the general response been like so far?
Well, listen, as it's a digital single, I mean, people really like this song from the beginning. In the business, but also, people that heard it even before it was a single. And it was some kind of normal to get this one first, also to catch or try to catch a wider audience, female, younger, or older, whatever. Now, to tell you, the result yet, I think it's a bit too early to get some kind of result because it's been out only for like 12 days. So we'll wait a bit to see how it works. With the first, I would say, when the label will tell me the first figures, I will then tell you if it was a good move or not. But no, the song has everything. I mean, I think it's a good thing. My drummer Ranzo wrote mostly all the lyrics. I just wrote the last song. Till the end of time. Joe, when we were recording, or I would say demoing the album here in Geneva, he was pretty busy with his late band Nightmare. Did quite a lot of gigs around, and he's not been active, I would say, Now or Never for all the lyrics, because even the first album was the same thing. I wrote two songs, or lyrics of 2 songs, and Renzo the rest. So we even chew even more his work when we also did all the vocal melodies. So I mean, for him it was a piece of cake piece of cake. It was easier, I would say, because he didn't have to think of the melodies and writing the lyrics. Now we did a lot of work on his voice to have him, I would say, less old school, kind of Dio-esque voice, even if he still has it. I mean, that's his voice. But in terms of tremolo and in terms of timing, we worked quite a lot on that. So he had his pain too.
Why is the band name then Now or Never?
When we started all that, we didn't have any name. We didn't have a band. I mean, I was writing songs, and the drummer is a very old friend of mine. Known each other since we were kids. And when I came back to Geneva, we started playing together, and then wrote a song, wrote two, wrote three, and then suddenly it became a bit more serious than just like playing. So then came, so what will be the name of the band? And so we came out with weird names on this, and suddenly it popped up Now and Never, and said, okay, well that sounds good, and also I mean it's a bit, and we all in our 40s and 50s, so I mean, not saying that it's now or never, but at least it's the start of a now or never. So that's the reason why we chose that.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it, when I'm 46 and I still feel like I'm 20 inside, and then you see a photo of yourself, you're like, fucking hell. Do you know what I mean?
That's why you have to grow your hair so you can't see your face.
I know, but mine's thinning now. I used to have long hair, but it's just all thinning. Anyway, sorry, I'm going off track. The album cover, like the debut album's artwork, is eye-catching. Did you personally have a lot of input into the design?
I came out with a lot of ideas, different ideas, depending on which kind of song we were concentrating, we were focusing on for the cover. And but then when I found a picture or a painting of a kind of guy that was hanging on, or that was sitting on a cliff and just thinking, and it was this kind of dark atmosphere. And so when I started to know Stan Decker, who did the art cover, I said, well, listen, I've sent him the demos or the final mixes, so he knew exactly what kind of music we were doing. I said, well, that could be, I think, an idea to have, a kind of guy that is kind of thinking over his life, and because the lyrics also are pretty dark, I would say. So I mean, he came up with that in like not even a week, and then just great. We just had to change a few bits and bobs, on the cover and also on the booklet and things like this. But he came out, I would say, with this angel kind of fallen angel that is thinking of his future or life or whatever. But the idea, the main general idea.
What's the band's plans? Are you going to be having like a release party, and what about tour plans? Any festivals, books, anything like that?
Well, we are working on a release party with the label Mighty Music, which is part of Target Group, and they also own a club in Copenhagen. It's called Zeppelin, where you have live concerts and things like this. So we kind of trying to see with him when we could do that. We're thinking of doing something, the first week of March, just after the release. But I haven't been confirmed yet dates, but I think we'll do one there. Without, I would say, live audience or live performance, excuse me. Just to have fun and to listen to the album and show the video with it. Well, for the moment, we have several gigs that are lined up. For the moment, we've been very concentrated on this, album, promotion of the album with the label, and interviews like we're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
We have some gigs, but we hope also that this, that because of the good response that we already have, I think that will bring us more gigs and festivals. I mean, you see, the problem is that even with a band like us, with members that are experienced, that have played in big bands, that have toured, did a lot of live performances, we start from scratch. So it's pretty hard to go and get the attention of big festivals without any kind of good promotion and marketing. Reason why also we changed the label, and for us, the main thing now is to find, the right manager, booker, to put us on the road, either opening for a band or doing festivals, and take it from there.
Like you just stated, you've been in the big bands in the past and everything, and what keeps you personally motivated and still kicking ass in 2016? Because the music industry has just changed phenomenally over the last 10-15 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, totally. When you have a passion, it can be music or whatever. You always need that passion. Sometimes you follow another path, but you always come back to your main passion. What gives me all this motivation is the music itself. Is to share the music. Is to see people happy and smiling and rock and rolling in front of you when you play, or when you have people that really. Even now we have people that are traveling quite a lot just to come and see us. That is the main motivation. The good thing also is that we've known each other for years. Ken, I've known him for the first time. I think that we did some gigs together, Pretty Maze, when he was starting and I was finishing, and then we did some small tours with Pretty Maze for some anniversary tours. Joe played with just after Pretty Maze, we did some demos together and did some stuff with Nightmare. Renzo, I told him before, I'm 5. So the good thing of that is that the motivation comes from the music, but also the guys that you play with. There's no egos at all. We only have fun and just take it, day to day. So that's it.
If I was totally new to Now or Never, which 2 tracks would you play to me to introduce me to the band?
I would say if I take only the last album, I would say King for a Day and I'll Be Waiting. I would say that shows the spectrum, I would say, of the band. It's a very heavy kind of stuff, like King for a Day, and the more, let's say, power ballad of I'll Be Waiting. On the first album was also some great songs. I would say An Angel by My Side is a typical 90-80 ballad with all the orchestra that comes with, and also Reach Out to the Sky, which is the first song of the first album. So a lot of people told us that the kind of music we were playing will kind of you could hear our roots from the 80s and 90s, but with today's arrangement and sound and power. So that's a good link. Between the two worlds.
We recently sadly lost Lemmy and of course David Bowie just yesterday. Unbelievable, really. Did you personally ever meet them, and how have they influenced you in your career?
Well, to be honest, I think that there's maybe a couple of songs in Motorhead that I like. I'm not a huge fan, but I really respect the guy because he just did what he wanted. That's the whole point of life. David Bowie, I would say that I've never been, but also because I don't know really his material or his songs and all that. So I haven't been very influenced by these two at all. Okay. I would say I was much more influenced when I was a kid. I was influenced by, the first live band that I saw was AC/DC with Bon Scott opening Black Sabbath in '77, and then was a huge fan of Kiss. Of course, then came Van Halen, and that was just for me as a guitar player also. It was just unbelievable. But bands like Journey also, and now lately more Alter Bridge, Seven Dust, and I just discovered the band called Red that I didn't know. I had it on my iTunes, but never heard it. I just discovered it last night. Amazing too. So, no, to answer your question, I haven't been influenced by these two guys.
Okay, can you give me four words to describe Now or Never?
That's a hard one. I would say powerful. I would say fun. It just comes out rough, but on stage sounds like the record.
Are there plans to hopefully try and get over to the UK? I know it's not as like we were saying, it's not as easy as it used to be, but would that be like an ideal dream to get over?
Well, I mean, yeah. I remember with Mage, we tried to go and play with, the UK. The UK is a hard market. It's really very UK related. So when you come from, other countries, especially during the 80s and 90s, it was pretty hard to get there. Like France a bit. Of course, I would love to come to the UK and play over there. Hope it will happen. But we'll see. I enjoy playing or listening to, maybe that shows my age, but FM, I just love it. I think that Steve Owen is tremendous voice. I like the songs too. And there are also some good, some good bands in the UK. So yeah, why not? It would be a great experience.
Okay, have you got any final words for your fans and our listeners?
Well, thank you first for the interview. Thank you for rating and liking the album like you did. And I really hope to meet the more people on the road that we can, and show that we're not only a project, as people thought in the beginning, that we're a real band, and we do kick ass, even if we are in our 50s. And that just shows that rock and roll will never die. Hi, this is Ricky Marks, and you listen to Metal God Meltdown.